Gildan Media, a division of Recorded Books, presents The CEO of Technology, Lead, Reimagine, and Reinvent to Drive Growth and Create Value in Unprecedented Times, by Hunter Muller, narrated by Stephen Bell Davies. Preface. Creating a culture of genius, lead, reimagine, and reinvent. I've spoken often about the challenges facing Apple in markets where functionality is more highly valued than aesthetics. I've also written about how the spirit of Steve Jobs lives on in every Apple product. When you pick up an Apple device, you feel a magical connection with a legendary genius. That's why I'm not too worried about the future of Apple. Yes, Apple will face increasingly harsh competition from other tech giants such as Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and Amazon. But Apple will survive, and here's why. Apple has a culture of genius. The genius culture knows no limits. The genius culture dreams the impossible. The genius culture sets the imagination free and lets it run wild. The genius culture has no boundaries. It is truly global and universal. It's a leader, not a follower. I sincerely believe in its long-term value as a foundational element in strategic leadership and business growth. The culture of genius unlocks unlimited potential, not only within the organization, but also beyond its boundaries. It is a culture that drives and enables continuous improvement and reinvention. It is a platform for creative disruption and relentless innovation in core, adjacent, and new markets. Essentially, it is a culture that radically expands potential and continually opens doors to growth. It is also a learning culture, in the sense that you're never relying totally on your own abilities and knowledge. Establishing and sustaining a culture of genius requires a steady intake of new information. You are always in the learning mode, always looking for new ideas and new trends that can be turned rapidly into new products and services. The culture of genius is a virtuous circle, fed by learning, analyzing, developing, and testing, all at extremely high speed. The goal is getting new products and services to market before your competitors even realize there's a need for those products. Continuous innovation requires incredible levels of discipline, strength, and agility. From my perspective, those qualities are now table stakes. If you don't have them, you're not really in the game. But you need a culture of genius that consistently supports, encourages, embeds, and rewards those qualities over the long haul. It can't be a 2-week program. It needs to become the deep culture of the organization. Genius as a core capability. What do companies like Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and Tesla have in common? The answer is simple. They have a culture of genius. The culture of those companies is their core strength. It's the foundation upon which they build and achieve incredible success, year after year. Cultures of genius don't sit still. They lead, innovate, reimagine, and reinvent the world around them. Make no mistake, a genius culture doesn't just happen. It's not an overnight phenomenon. It takes years of courage, discipline, hard work, and effort to build a genius culture and to grow it successfully. It requires visionary leadership and deep understanding of how modern markets work. It also takes nerves of steel. Building a genius culture isn't a part-time job. It requires your attention, your presence, and your commitment. I sincerely believe that the genius culture concept is both real and valuable. I invite you to join our quest to learn more about the culture of genius and to join our explorations as we look for the core traits of genius in the 21st century. I'll take it a step further. Organizations that build and nurture cultures of genius will thrive and succeed. Organizations that stick with the status quo will wither and die. The value proposition is clear. Companies with a culture of genius will perform at levels that are far above their rivals. They will leave their competitors in the dust, wondering what happened. Having a culture of genius enables your organization to recognize subtle shifts in markets, respond rapidly with practical go-to-market strategies, and capture first-mover advantages before anyone else is even aware of the opportunities. A culture of genius creates its own momentum, racing ahead of the pack and establishing front-runner status. Instead of following the herd, you inspire, uplift, and motivate your teams, your business partners, your supply chains, and your customers to continually seek the next level of greatness. A culture of genius isn't afraid of the future. It embraces the future and revels in its unlimited potential. Introduction. Are you ready for 2030? Roughly 2 million years ago, our Stone Age ancestors discovered how to control fire. Ever since, progress and innovation have defined human culture. We invented the crossbow, printing press, steam engine, electricity, internal combustion engine, air travel, atomic power, digital information technology, and space travel. Each invention rocked our world and moved us further into an unknown future. Despite our uncertainty, we keep moving forward. Think of the amazing visionaries who have shaped our modern world: Newton, Watt, Curie, Einstein, Edison, Ford, Gates, Jobs, and Musk. They saw the future, and they remade the universe. They are the role models and the avatars of meaningful progress and transformation. Today, the pace of innovation is accelerating at a rate that would have been simply unimaginable 10 years ago. By 2030, the world will be a completely different place than the world our parents knew. Artificial intelligence, bioengineering, ubiquitous computing, advanced manufacturing, driverless cars, drones, nanobots, blockchain, and new financial technologies, fintech, will fundamentally and profoundly transform every aspect of our lives. So here's my question. Are you ready for 2030? Are you making the right investments and focusing on the right strategies for a world that does not resemble anything we could have imagined in the past? Are you preparing for a future of unprecedented change and transformation at every level of society and across all industries? If you're not, you and your company will not survive. You will be swept away by a flood of competitors who have learned how to innovate more quickly and more effectively. You will face a deluge of competition from companies that are more nimble, more agile, and more able to capitalize on new ideas quicker than you can. This isn't idle speculation. This is both a challenge and a warning. Innovate or die. Yes, it's difficult to predict the future, but it's not difficult to predict that the success of your enterprise will depend on your ability to prepare for future scenarios that are wildly different from anything we are experiencing today. Are you ready for that kind of change and transformation? Do you have the infrastructure, the talent, and the resources necessary to move swiftly and take advantage of opportunities at the moment they arise? Do you have the courage, expertise, and experience necessary to create new markets for new kinds of products and services? Are you ready to lead the revolution and not just follow the herd? From my perspective, the greatest and most effective leaders are also the most visionary leaders. So let's begin by asking this question. What's your vision for 2030? The burning platform. We live in unprecedented times. Markets are chaotic, consumer demand is unpredictable, product cycles have tightened drastically, regulations, rules, and guidelines are changing rapidly. Everywhere you look, there is turbulence and upheaval. With amazing force and astonishing speed, the paradigm has shifted. As leaders, we face continuous disruption and extremely rapid transformation. The C-suite and board of directors look to the CIO for expert guidance and flawless execution. Ask yourself, are you ready for your next meeting with the C-suite? Are you ready for your next meeting with the board of directors? Do you have the passion, commitment, energy, and motivation to lead your organization through truly perilous times? Are you genuinely interested in people? Do you understand what people need to do their best work? Are you willing to help the people around you succeed and thrive? Are you generous, collaborative, and cooperative? Do you have the stamina and skills required to lead high-performance teams? Never before have the stakes been so high. The risks are clear. Make the wrong decision and your company will fall behind, suffering potentially irreparable damage to its brand and reputation. Pressure to innovate. The C-suite faces crushing pressure to create and deliver innovative business strategies for growth and success in modern competitive markets. CIOs and Chief Information Security Officers, CISOs, confront a daunting array of challenging tasks and responsibilities. Expectations have risen dramatically. The digital customer experience must be fast, flawless, and completely secure. Speed, agility, and creativity. For the 21st century enterprise, success will depend on speed, agility, creativity, and excellence at all levels. But achieving phenomenal success will require more than just strong business acumen and superior leadership skills. It will require true digital fluency and an extraordinarily deep understanding of new technology. This book provides a meticulously detailed roadmap to success in the age of digital transformation. It is written expressly for top executives, board members, investors, innovators, and entrepreneurs. It is a uniquely valuable collection of insight, experience, and first-hand knowledge collected from the very best minds of our generation and gathered into one absolutely essential book. I invite you to join me on a journey of discovery. This book will enhance and deepen the wisdom, experience, and insight that you already possess. It will make you a better, more focused, and more successful leader. Critical Insights. In this book, we will dive deeply into key imperatives that define the CIO's mission in the modern enterprise, such as reimagining the digital customer experience and delivering value at every touch point across the enterprise, enabling innovation and empowering the CEO's vision for growth in core, parallel, and new markets, security across the enterprise and beyond, hiring and retaining top talent, simplifying IT and making it easier to use, building strong partnership across the C-suite and with strategic vendors, creating an agile culture focused on speed to cash, performance, and innovation. Call to action. This is my 5th book on the critical subject of technology executive leadership. It introduces a game-changing and truly visionary approach to the challenges of integrating innovative technology and modern business strategy to generate value for the 21st century enterprise. It is absolutely imperative for technology executives to become exceptional leaders and great communicators of business strategy across the modern enterprise. IT is experiencing a seismic shift of incredible magnitude. Compared to the IT transformations of the 1990s and 2000s, today's events seem truly revolutionary. The stakes are higher, everything is in flux, and there are no guaranteed paths to success. Great CIOs, CTOs, and CISOs are great team leaders. They are like great CEOs. They understand that it's always about the people. New technology is fine, but great people are the key to winning. Every great CEO knows that, and great CEOs surround themselves with the best talent available. Here are some of the questions we will answer in this book. Number 1. What are the qualities that CEOs want most from their CIOs, CTOs, and CISOs? Number 2. How do senior tech executives create an enduring culture of leadership that will sustain the enterprise over several generations? Number 3. What are the attributes needed to innovate in core, parallel, and new markets? Number 4. What's required for nurturing a true culture of innovation? Number 5. How do you accelerate transformation in the modern digital enterprise? Number 6. What are best practices for institutionalizing a security-focused mindset throughout the enterprise? Number 7. What are the qualities and attributes necessary for building world-class partnerships? Number 8. What are the best strategies for simplifying IT and removing complexity from systems? Number 9. How do you create a durable culture for achieving optimal speed to performance, speed to innovation, and speed to cash? How this book is structured. This book is divided roughly into 2 main sections. The first part, chapters 1 through 4, features our signature interview-based approach to research. It is pure peer-to-peer knowledge transfer, based on one-to-one conversations with top executives and leaders representing industries and businesses all over the world. The second section, chapters 5 through 7, features deeper dives into the various challenges and opportunities facing modern CIOs and other technology executives. You will find both sections highly useful and filled with actionable ideas and insight gathered from the best of the best leaders in our industry. Chapter 8 is Key Takeaways, which summarizes the main lessons we learned from our research. It is essentially a cheat sheet of important knowledge we acquired during the process of writing this book. Following the pattern established in my previous books, we have included short biographies of our expert sources at the end of the CEO of Technology. You'll find the bios themselves to be highly useful sources of information. Chapter 1. Qualities of Courageous Leadership. Do you have the courage to lead your team to greatness? Over the past 12 months, my research has focused on exploring the value of courage in leadership. At our CIO Executive Leadership Summits, we've spent hours talking about the qualities required for leading IT teams to greatness, higher levels of achievement, and superior performance. We've come a long way since the days when we simply assumed that some people were born for leadership roles and others weren't. Yes, it still takes talent and the right temperament to become a great leader, but it also takes experience and the willingness to learn. You need an open mind and trusting heart to guide your IT team across today's landscape of unprecedented disruption and continuous innovation. Our research points to 5 foundational pillars of courageous leadership. Number 1, innovation. Number 2, security. Number 3, talent. Number 4, simplification. Number 5, trust. Innovation is the combination of invention and economic value. It's never just about new technology. There's always a business driver. Great CIOs and IT leaders understand that successful companies are fueled by continuous innovation. In highly volatile markets that are easily disrupted, innovation is the only proven strategy for beating the competition. Security is absolutely critical. Just look at the headlines if you doubt the importance of security in the modern enterprise. In the past, security was considered a cost of doing business. Courageous IT leaders are more likely to see security as a competitive advantage. If your security is better, deeper, and more agile than your competitors' security, that's a point in your favor. No companies are entirely safe from hackers and cyber criminals, But great IT leaders know how to balance security and agility to outmaneuver the competition. Talent is the most important resource in today's ultra-competitive economy. You can never have enough talented people on your staff. Great leaders attract and surround themselves with the best people. It takes more than money to hire and retain top talent. You need to understand how talent works and what motivates people to excel in the 21st century workplace. Simplification has become the new normal for IT users at all levels of the enterprise, even if when the underlying systems are incredibly sophisticated and complex, the user experience, both internally and externally, must seem natural, intuitive, easy, and painless. The modern workforce has no patience for complexity. It wants immediate results, in the plainest terms. That's why IT simplification is so critical. People will abandon systems and interfaces that require lots of effort. Trust is the bedrock of courageous leadership. You cannot build a team without trust. Great teams depend on deep relationships that only grow when people trust each other. Great leaders understand the basic secret of trust. It develops when you trust other people, when you get out of their way, and you empower them to do their finest work. Michael Dell, 5 Tips for CIOs to Lead Digital Transformation Strategies. As chief information officers, CIOs, and other executives become more deeply involved with digital transformation, one thing that's clear to them is that digital transformation is not an IT project, but is instead at the center of business strategy. Without question, digital is driving the future of business. Consider this. By the end of 2017, revenue growth from information-based products is projected to be double that of the rest of the product service portfolio for 1/3 of all Fortune 500 companies, according to IDC. I recently spoke with Michael Dell, the legendary founder and CEO of Dell Technologies, one of the world's leading providers of technology solutions and service for accelerating digital transformation, regarding how digital transformation is unfolding along with recommendations for CIOs on how best to lead the digital charge. Here is a transcript of the insight and advice that Michael shared with me. Hunter Muller. As the CEO of a major technology enterprise, what have you learned about the challenges of developing new product, service offerings, and expanding into new markets? Michael Dell. Listening to your customers is the key to surviving and thriving in business. At Dell, we call it having big ears. From the beginning, we built the company from the customer back, partnering with them to design new products and services. In 33 years of business, customer feedback has proven to be the best crystal ball there is. Equally important is a willingness to disrupt yourself. We're living in an unprecedented time. Data, the Internet of Things, IoT, and technology have replaced industrialization as the driving force of progress and transformation. To win today, you must be fearless about transforming for the future. That's something I've always embraced, whether it meant diverging from the business model that fueled our early success, or taking the company private after 25 years of being public, or combining with EMC to become the largest enterprise infrastructure company in the world. Business as usual is how you lose in the digital era in which we live. HM. From your perspective, what should every C-suite executive understand about digital transformation? MD. I talk to a lot of business leaders from every industry and in every region. None are asking if they should digitally transform. They know their future depends on it. As a matter of fact, 45% of them believe their businesses may be obsolete in 5 years, and nearly half don't know what their industry will look like in 3. It's creating a lot of digital fear out there, but it shouldn't. When the CEO and board see digital transformation as a business opportunity rather than an IT problem, you are halfway there. Then it's about finding the right IT partner with the expertise and depth and breadth of solutions and services to get you where you want to be. HM. Thanks to their technical expertise and unique view across the enterprise, CIOs are often deeply involved in digital transformation efforts. Can you offer recommendations as to how CIOs should be thinking and acting like CEOs to help lead digital strategies? MD. The CIO role has changed because technology's role in business has changed. No longer relegated to the back office, technology is how modern enterprises are gaining competitive advantage, and this aligns the CIO and CEO like never before. A few pieces of advice for CIOs. Number 1. Digital transformation, like any key agenda for the CIO, must be driven from and closely linked to the core strategy of the company. Number 2. Embrace the fact that every business will to some degree be a software business in the future. So start building or flexing your software development muscle now to get ahead and stay ahead of the competition. Number 3. Focus on data. The truth is out there, but you have to get good at aggregating, integrating, analyzing, and acting on customer data. The CIO holds the key to this most valuable resource. Number 4. Create a culture of fearlessness when it comes to trying new ideas and technologies. It's never been simpler to pilot a technology solution that can dramatically change an organization's effectiveness or competitiveness. HM. Despite all that's been written about digital transformation, many executives still don't really understand it. Which aspects of digital transformation are hardest to grasp? And what's the best way of getting executives to understand the strategic value of digital transformation? MD. Digital transformation is a buzzword that leaves room for interpretation, but at its core, it's really about figuring out how to make the most of all this rich data that today's technology is cranking out at lightning speed. How do you use artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, etc., to turn real-time and older-time series data into useful insights to make your products and services better and smarter? When done right, it creates a continuous cycle. You embed sensors in your product, think Tesla or GE, or create a software to deliver a digital service, i.e. Uber or Spotify. The embedded software feeds your real-time data about product usage, performance, customer information, etc. You use those insights to quickly improve your product or service or to innovate new ones again and again. It's a virtuous cycle, and the faster you go through it, the better you get, and the greater the distance between you and your competition. That's the definition of strategic value, if you ask me. HM. What additional leadership advice would you offer to C-suite executives that are striving to transform their businesses? What should they be thinking about? MD. Don't be paralyzed by digital fear. Transformation is within reach of every business, large and small. There's this perception that the advantage is solely with the disruptors, but we're helping giant global retailers, automotive companies, etc., masterfully reshape and digitize for the future, and their scale is helping them do it. Transforming IT for the digital age. Some companies have large IT budgets. Then there is J.P. Morgan Chase and Company. The 2017 IT budget for the financial services giant is $9.6 billion. To help put this into perspective, the bank's IT budget by itself would place it at a number 302 on the Fortune 500 list. At the helm of the bank's IT organization is Dana Deasy, Managing Director and Global CIO at J.P. Morgan Chase, which was recently named among Fortune's most admired companies. Dana, who was recently featured in a keynote interview at HMG Strategy's 2017 New York Summit of America, shared his recommendations for successfully driving digital transformation. One of the essential aspects of digital transformation for IT organizations is marketing the vision and execution effectively to stakeholders. Dana, who has overseen global technology at J.P. Morgan Chase for the past 3 years, said this is true even though marketing is rarely a strong suit for most IT groups. Marketing needs to be a key ingredient in driving transformation.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?